When I was 34, I had a medical procedure called an ablation to cauterize the lining of my uterus. It's not birth control, but you shouldn't be able to get pregnant afterwards. At the time, we already had a 6-year-old and we weren't planning on having more children. 4 years later, we were shocked to discover I was pregnant. There were fewer than 50 documented pregnancies after ablation, and about 75% ended in miscarriage, and very few went to full term. I had worked for a fertility specialist, and even he had never seen a pregnancy after ablation. Neither had any of my other doctors. So from the start, everyone knew if we took home a baby, it would be a miracle. My first thought was simply, God's got this, whatever happens. But this pregnancy was far from easy. Early on, they found complications: placenta previa, placenta accreta, a bleeding hematoma, a blood clotting disorder that required shots twice a day. At 27 weeks, my water broke, and I was placed on strict bed rest in the hospital. Doctors were hoping I'd make it 24 hours, then 72, and then maybe a week. I ended up in that hospital room for 48 days before delivery. Across the hall, they kept an operating room ready for me at all times, blood prepared, a NICU bed waiting for my baby. No one was allowed to use it until I was delivered. I was told I was a ticking time bomb, that if I left the hospital, I probably wouldn't make it back alive. I was depressed, I was missing family events and wanted to go home. At the same time, I was terrified I wouldn't live through delivery. For someone with anxiety who likes to have a plan and be in control, that was the hardest part, realizing I had zero control. And that's when my faith had to take over. From the very beginning, I knew that this was a God thing. No amount of worry or fear could change the outcome. 2 days before the delivery was scheduled, I got sick and the delivery was moved up. It took 6 doctors and 5 hours in surgery. Our baby girl was born alive, but she was so sick. Meningitis, pneumonia, a collapsed lung, no white blood cells. The doctors said they had never seen a baby born with all of that at once, but God had her. Within 16 days, she was healthy enough to come home, without any feeding tubes, breathing support, or other ongoing medical care. Today, she's still catching up in her own time, but she's thriving, talking, walking, learning, and every milestone she reaches is a reminder that God's still not done. When I think about the hands and feet of Jesus, I think of her NICU team, my doctors, the nurses, all of them. Philippians 1:6 says, "He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion," and I believe that with all of my heart. From day one, this pregnancy was a miracle, and every day since has been a reminder that God still got this.